Okay. Invite. Copy a clipboard. Copy. Hi, Tony. Hello, Frederick. How you guys doing? Three-way tie for first place. Oh, no. Frederick was 1 minute ahead of us, Tony. Sorry. So, anybody get out and get any digging done since last week? Are we still here? Oh, okay. Metal F. Hey, how you doing? Gary, hello. Lurking stuffing envelopes. E&E Treasure Hunter, welcome. Guys, check out E&E Treasure Hunter. Go check out his channel. Lucky Jen. I want lucky number 7. Hello, Cynthia. Oh, everybody's popping in now. We got a new person in. Starry, hello. We got a new person here tonight. E&E Treasure Hunter. He does. He looks for coin errors. Finds a lot of them. Finds some good ones. So check out his channel, please. If I could, I'd put a link up, but I can't do it. So, and for those who don't know, Mr. Dig's always glad for clad. That's Tony Maxidon. He's got a good channel too. Let's see. There's 7 people in here. Deej had a good stream tonight, and Flash in your pan, I was lurking in there for a while. He had quite a few people in there. So let's see. One of these days, Cynthia will start putting out videos. Lucky Jen, her last hunt was really, really good. Frederick, when are you going to start doing videos? Well, if anybody wants to come on up and show their finds, talk about any hunting they did this week, come on up. Plugs, how you doing? We were in the, oh boy. I wish YouTube would quit doing that. Marty, how you doing? So same. We dig it, Dan. Okay, I don't see we dig it yet. I don't see Dan. Oh, there's Gene. Hi, how you doing? That was a great video yesterday, Gene. Loved it. Hi, Dan. How you doing? Yeah, I've discovered StreamYard and Windows 10 Edge browser don't get along that well. There's things that it won't let me do that other browsers can. So I got to get a new computer one of these days and make sure it doesn't have Edge on it. I mean, I could download Firefox, I guess, or something else to this, but I don't know how well the computer would handle it, as old as it is. Oh, Rob, you're not at trivia? I bet so. Mark the Bird Hunter. We got 12 people in here now. Yeah, Rob. Strange seeing you here this quick. This soon. Oh, still up in Kansas. Okay. That's right. I forgot that's where you was at. Yeah, how'd you do, Rob? You get anything good? Like the other day? That was great. If you did, bring it up and give a sneak preview to everybody in this chat. And those of you who don't know metal AF detecting, go check out Rob's coming up.
Hey, there he is.
Howdy, Rob. How you doing?
I am freaking phenomenal, Bill.
I bet. You must have had another good day metal detecting.
Well, I had a Menardo day metal detecting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I went back to the town. You guys haven't seen this video yet. I did that 1906 courthouse on the other side of the state where you guys saw part one of the video. And then after I drove the motorhome, or I keep calling it a motorhome, after I drove the U-Haul here and dropped it off, Saturday, I went to one county over, about 45, 50 miles away, and I did their 1896 courthouse and just had another absolutely killer day, Bill. And then my sister had brought me there Wednesday, so I drove around the town some, and I found the original 1836 courthouse. It's about 6 blocks away. It's a little 2-story building. It's still there. It's on its original plot, and it has a like a history museum and a library next to it. So when I drove back there today, I knew being a weekday I couldn't do the big courthouse again. So I drove to the little courthouse. I got there about noon, and I started doing the curb strip near it. And I tried for the first time ever my little sniper coil. I brought it up here with me.
Yeah.
I was doing pretty good on the curb strips. I did all 4 of the curb strips in the 4-way intersection next to the courthouse. And I did a door knock. They weren't home. And then I finally, like at 4:30, 4 o'clock, right when it's starting to sun going down, I got a little permission. And then but I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So I thought I'll walk over to the little courthouse, see if they have a bathroom. And it was locked. But a guy pulling up said, hey, the History Society is open, the Historical Society. So I walked in, little old lady behind the desk, beautiful place. Man, they have a really nice Historical Society. So I told her I was a metal detector from Florida. And I told her what I just found on the curb strip. I just found an Indian head. And I showed it to her, and she goes, well, that's amazing. And I said, has anybody ever asked to find any relics on your 1837 courthouse lawn? And she goes, no, nobody ever has. Would you be interested in doing that? They asked me to hunt their 1837 courthouse.
Wow.
And then before the guy that was doing some work in the courthouse and her drove off, she gave me her address to do her 1880s house, where she says she's gotten square nails and 1880s bottles out of her garden. And I'm coming back tomorrow. She gave me the 1880s hardware store across the street. She gave me the empty lot across the street that had an 1800s house on it. She told me to talk to pastor church to do that. I got all these permissions, and I can't do it because I'm leaving tomorrow. So I got the front yard of the courthouse done, and I told her she could have everything I keep. And so I got a 1907 Indian. That was my first signal in the courthouse, and I thought this is going to be epic. And then I just started getting all nails. I didn't get another coin, but I did get a big, like 4.5-inch square nail. She came out and she said, "You find anything?" And I showed her the Indian, and then I showed her the square nail, and she said, "That is most definitely a square nail." I'd never actually found a big square nail. And then I had a half of one, and she said, "Both of those are square nail." Oh, I did get an old buckle. And she goes, "Wow, that buckle is really old." So 450-year-old finds right there. So I even asked her if I could bring them back to take them to my meeting, and she said sure. And she gave me, like I say, I had her address, and I said I will mail these all back to you so you can display them here at the museum. And she said, great, thanks. I mean, they're just such nice people out here in the Midwest, Bill. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Before they drove off, they
Charlie.
thanked me for digging holes.
Hi, Charlie. Johnny Small Pepper. He's got a great channel if you like hot food. Mike from Wildcat Creek.
Mr. Charlie digging it back's here. Gene, we dig it.
Charlie's
Marty's here. Plugs for days. Gary.
Plugs. Johnny Small Pepper.
Marty, I wish I could have got a seated. That was the one. I found a lot of bucket listers this weekend, or this week, but I didn't get a seated, but that's fine. I got some other great stuff. Wait do you guys see part 2 of that other courthouse? Sounds like you need to stay longer. Yeah, I've been here 10 days though, Gene. And if I canceled my flight tomorrow, my girlfriend would kick my ass. She had the hots for you.
Oh God.
Oh, you guys are always so funny. Thank you, Cynthia.
Paul from Paul's Metal Detecting. How you doing?
Well, Plugs, I'll tell you something. You know, I worked with the public for 20 years, and you think I would have not been nervous to go ask somebody at the courthouse. I guess I was like, well, if I don't ask, you can't say no. Well, I found out if you don't ask, they can't say yes either. So,
yeah, that's true.
Hey, Ezra. Old Palon's here. Good evening.
Girlfriend or
metal detecting finds. Paul's here. Starry's here.
I like Marty. It says girlfriend or metal detecting with a question mark behind it.
Yeah, well, Marty, she's let me come to Missouri for 10 days, and she's had no help taking care of her dad. That's which is usually my job. So not only is she working full time, but she's also taking care of her dad, which I'm supposed to be helping with. So I wouldn't even ask. No, I wouldn't even ask to delay this just to go hunt one more property. Hopefully, guys, if things go okay for me, I can get back up here and see my sister in the spring, and that town will be waiting for me. There's not a metal detecting club within 150 miles of here.
Wow. Did you even see any other detectors while you were there? No,
nope.
Didn't think so.
Nope. Nothing's been hit up here, Bill. I mean, that first. Rob, I would accidentally oversleep and miss the flight. Yeah. Charlie, you're just trying to get me in all kind of trouble, aren't you, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marty, that's the same thing with me. My wife works and I don't. That's the same with me, Marty. My girlfriend's the primary breadwinner, and she allows me to play my little hobby. And I had 10 wonderful days up here.
We got
evening, Tommy. How many silvers, Rob? Can we get that at least out of you? Let's just put it this way, Plugs. I am in double digits up here this week.
Hey, alarm clocks malfunction all the time. That's coming from Gene if we dig
you guys are so bad. I can't even use that one because my flight's not till 4:30 p.m.
Oh, well,
daylight
saving time screwed you up.
Oh yeah, I lost 2 days ago. I lost an hour of sunlight, Bill.
Yeah.
No, Digger Dan, I didn't do that good.
That'd be real nice.
But you can't complain on a trip where you get 100-year-old silver sterling ring and a gold ring. Any trip like that's show up a week late and tell me you have amnesia.
Dog is in the house. I would just love to find a small town like that where nobody's ever hit with a detector that's, say, from the mid 1700s to early 1800s, and just, oh god, that would be so much fun.
Well, this one's mid to late 1800s. The town was founded in 1836 or 1832 or something. And they built that courthouse, and then they built the big, huge one. That's your typical looking Gothic courthouse.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dalton, Troy, and I could stay up here a year and not hit every house between 1900 and 1920, Bill. And
Wow.
Every street has curb strips. I spent 5 hours a day on the curb strips. Not a single person bothered me.
We got Gene coming up too.
Look at Pastor Gene telling me to forget my flight and set my alarm clock bad. I'm telling you.
Hey, man. Those are some pretty crazy permissions. That's congratulations on those.
Thank you. This has been an epic trip for me.
I mean, when they're asking you, like, hey, would
Thanks,
you do
Kurt.
that for us?
Yeah, the one guy was locking up the 1837 courthouse, and he turned to me and goes, "Hey, I want to thank you for doing this." And I'm like, this is like a dream for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I mean, she didn't even have my address yet, and I said, "I'm going to take this stuff to Florida, then I'll mail it back to you." And she's like, "Okay," and she didn't even have my address yet. And
wow.
they're just good people up here, and everybody's been so nice with the metal detecting. And
Jeremy,
That's
we
good.
got Finding Alabama in the house.
Bill, I wanted to tell you guys, we went back to that beach that we were in the video yesterday.
Yeah.
And let me show you what Gene found. Now, I've already polished it, okay?
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh, look at that.
Can you see that? Can you see the letters on there?
No.
I can't find any information on it, but it has like a pyramid of letters.
Oh, I see him now. Yeah, right there, Gene.
At the very top, it's alpha, and at the very bottom, it's a row of omega. It's Greek letters.
Oh, so is it the Greek alphabet?
So
I don't think it's the whole Greek alphabet because each line is one letter.
Oh, okay. So it's got to be it might be a fraternity.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But he found this in the water at that beach where we found the walker and all that good stuff. And he found this in the water. So that is our third gold ring from that beach.
Wow.
Crazy. We're not finding hardly any trash. I mean, like we found a couple of one can and one pull tab, and the rest of it was coins. That ring yesterday, we were only there for about 45 minutes. So it's
That's
kind of
incredible,
like,
Gene. Congratulations.
hey, it's kind of like the properties that you're finding out there. Like nobody's ever detected it. We're finding old Wheaties, and I mean it's pretty awesome. So. And Rob, I don't know if you had a chance to see the video or not yet, but Gene, he was right place, right time. Like he helped somebody. They were getting taken out by the water, and I didn't see it. I had my headphones on, detecting, and this woman screamed, and he ran over and helped her. Could have been pretty bad, but he was there and jumped in and helped her, so it's pretty good. So. How's the trip been, other than fantastic metal detection?
Well, my sister's been feeding me like a king.
Nice.
We went and got I got a full rack of ribs last night with crunchy Brussels sprouts and a loaded baked potato, an entire slab. I mean, it was a massive dinner. So I ate half of it, and I had that other half to look forward to tonight. I just finished my half a rack of ribs left over from last night. I'm in a great mood. Coffee's on, and I'll have I've got some dessert planned after this, and then we're going to sit down and watch the opening episode of Yellowstone that we recorded.
Plugs and I were talking beforehand, Bill, and Plugs had, I think, Jack in the Box, and I had Wendy's, so the ribs beat that all to pieces.
I always get at least one barbecue meal when I'm up here in Kansas City.
Yeah, we got some.
Hey, Blackbird. Hey, Reed's
Hey,
here.
Reed. He's here.
Ezra's here. Let's see, who else did I miss? NorCal's here.
Yep. Gary from NorCal's here.
Yeah, but
Ezra.
it's been a great trip,
Got
Gene, since the minute I
Blackbeard.
dropped off that U-Haul. I'm telling you.
That's awesome. Seems like everybody's on a trip right now.
Nobody's what?
I said it seems like everybody's out on trips right now.
Yeah, Pat just got home, I think, yesterday or today.
Oh, okay.
That's why I haven't been able to get a hold of him, because he's been up there out in the mountains with crappy, cell phone reception.
Yep.
But he's home. He's got a lot of orders to
Brian. How you
do.
doing?
So next Sunday on the stream, I picked video 10. So while I'm on the airplane tomorrow, I'm going to go over video 10, take all the names off of people that have comments that qualified for the giveaway, and then I'll have them all listed 1 through 50 or 1 through 80, however many it is, and then we'll pick them all on randomnumber.org. So we'll pick the 6 winners on the stream live Sunday, and then Monday morning I'm going to start the 1400 sub, and then for December, for Christmas, we'll do the 1500, and that's when I'll do all the metal detecting accessories that Detecting Warehouse has sent me.
That's cool.
Some really, really nice stuff they sent me for this giveaway.
What time does your stream
We
start
got
now?
vehicles in the house.
9 a.m. Sunday Eastern time.
9 Eastern. All right, so still that's 10 o'clock for me. So you guys fell back, but I didn't.
Hey, Jeremy's here. Hey, dude.
Jeremy.
My wife thinks Pat's beard is very appealing. Yes, but does Pat's wife think it's very appealing? Hey, Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
Lucky Jen, I like your thumbnail.
Lucky Jen from Tennessee.
She's from Tennessee. Outstanding.
Yeah. Find some really good stuff.
Well, I'll tell you something. I talked to Pat about this today. I've talked to Shane from Ohio River History today, and I am 100% come to the conclusion that metal detecting is exactly like real estate. It all depends on your location. I mean, look at
yeah.
Gene. He's doing these beaches where, he's doing these old beaches and he's getting great finds down there. I'm over here where there's constant 800s houses. Dalton and I, if we find something below, lower than 1920, it's a banner day. So it's just hard to find Indians and barbers, because you're just not in that date range unless somebody's been carrying one. I mean, you find one occasionally, but I mean, I'm scoring that stuff up here left and right. So
Yeah.
it's just the age of the property.
Yep. If it's not in the ground, you can't pull it out. I mean, that's all there is.
Yeah,
to
you
it,
can only
know?
pull what the ground's going to give you. That's exactly right.
Yep. We happen to live in a place,
property.
and there have been people for hundreds of years. We've dug up a coin from the 1500s, and everything else in between. Not a whole lot of American stuff. The other day was our very first American silver coin, but I mean, lots of old foreign coins, Anarchist Indy stuff.
I've got a Canadian dime, I think in the 50s or 60s, but I've got one old foreign silver, that big church property that Dalton and I did, that had a whole bunch of early 1900s and one late 1800s house on it. While Dalton was in the church showing the lady what he had found in the church office, I dug up a coin, and when it came out, I saw it had a crown on top, so I didn't touch it till Dalton got there, and it was a British Honduras dime from, I think, 1908, and I looked it up. They only made it 08, 09, and 10. They only made it 3 years, and it only had 10,000 mint. I thought that coin was going to be worth serious money, but it was so worn, it was worth about $60, even though they only made 10,000 of them. But yeah, it's got the British crown on it, and that's my only old foreign silver.
Wow.
and a coin.
Yep.
So,
And one thing I've also found to be true about metal detecting is the size and shape of the object matter just as much as what it's made out of. If it's round, the size of a coin, and it doesn't matter what metal it is, it's going to sound fantastic, and you're going to think you're digging up a coin, but that shape matters so much. And I used to think it was gold comes in this range, silver comes in this range, but I mean, you can really find iron,
when
and
when 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 Gypsy was here in Clearwater 3 years ago, she actually was doing down around an area we call John's Pass, which is a pass between the Gulf and the Intercoastal, and she actually found a piece of Spanish treasure. And we haven't had many shipwrecks here on the west side, but we've had a couple small ones. But yeah, she found like a little triangle piece. It was all black, and it turned out to be a piece of Spanish silver.
wow.
Oh yeah, I imagine great finds. I imagine flat buttons ring up. I've only found one flat button in my whole digging career, and that's as
Yeah,
close as I've come to colonial.
flat buttons sound fantastic, like especially the dandy buttons. I mean, I thought I was digging up in one of the old silver coins that we find here, and it was just a dandy button. I mean, not just a dandy button. I love finding these buttons, but you know, yeah, they sound great.
Did some curb strips yesterday and came out with
No.
another Rains guide. See, I haven't found any really good old horse tack yet. Just your typical iron rings that, yeah, great finds. I don't have a dandy button either. But I'm coming home with I'm coming home from this trip with two bucket listers. I may not be coming home with a seeded coin, but I got two other bucket listers.
That's awesome.
Nice.
We when Gene found that Walker $50 at that beach, like he didn't know what it was. We didn't know what it was. It had been in the water so long, Rob. It was green with coral. It just had coral all over it. You couldn't tell what it was.
Now, did it
And
clean up good?
it cleaned up. It's not like shiny, of course. I mean, but you can tell what it is. You can see the Walker, the sun. You flip it over, you can kind of see the eagle. But silver does like get eaten up by that salt water. Gold doesn't, but silver does. And when we were cleaning it, and he knew what it was, he lost his mind. He was like, what a great coin to find for his first one. His first American silver is a walking heft.
I was detecting maybe a year and a half. I had maybe one or two or three silvers. Hey, squeak people!
Mhm.
And
Nice
I was
week,
doing this.
Bill.
I was doing this 1918 house, and it's not even there anymore. The guy since tore it down. It was in such bad shape. But I was right next to the curb strip. I had my first machine, my Xterra 705, and I got a silver signal. It was like one number above a silver a quarter. I had never dug a $50, and I'll be honest with you, I used to watch videos of people pulling out walkers, and I used to call BS on that because I was like, these are planted. These people don't find. You're not out there finding silver dollars and $50. This shit's made up. I thoroughly believe that, and I got this signal, and I was down under a bunch of roots, and I was chopping at it, and I finally threw one shovelful out, and the signal wasn't in the hole anymore, and I went to use my pinpointer, and the pinpointer hit something hard, and I moved it, and there was a freaking walker staring me in the face, and it was absolutely beautiful. It was 1918. It was exactly the same year as a house, and it was in absolutely perfect mint condition, except for those four big gashes across the front of it where I hit it with the shovel, digging through the roots because I thought I was just going for a clad quarter. So it's
Oh,
absolutely beautiful, except for those four cross lines going through the front. But
man.
that's when I started believing you could actually find this stuff. I never thought you could find it until I found one myself.
When Gene dug up this ring out of the water,
What happened to
this thing,
Bill?
I don't know.
We're back.
Oh, there they are.
There he is.
We're
The
back.
the same time at the beach, I found a
My bad.
1976
Sorry about that.
76 what?
Eisenhower. You ever
Okay.
dug
Never found.
it gave
Troy found
in?
one of them. That had to ring. That had to scream at you.
Yeah, it did. I thought I was digging up a can. I was like, oh, that's just gonna be a can.
Little
And I
AF.
threw the. I saw it. I said, that's not a can.
Metal AF Detecting just asked us a question, and our supper has a really awesome backstory. Real quick, if you can believe that, supper has a backstory. So he asked, "What was for dinner this evening?" I came home to a ordered dinner for us. One of our contracts, we contract to a big community. And
Are you on
part of that
mid-break?
community is a big preschool.
Yeah, are you on mid-break?
And we have almost 300 kids there. Well, my wife, as y'all know, recently had surgery and she's been out. I've been covering her shifts and my shifts. One of the preschool families actually ordered us dinner from O'Charlie's and had it delivered to our house. And that's what was for dinner. I had a T-bone steak and fries. It was awesome. It was awesome.
I had chicken salad and fries.
These people are awesome, man. I can barely hear you, Gene. I think Rob's phone is.
Yeah. Sorry, man. I was saying the potato soup is out of this world at O'Charlie's.
Yeah, I'm here.
I like potato salad.
Yep.
So we hope everybody's having an awesome week. We're having an awesome week.
No, go ahead.
We had a very awesome weekend too.
All right.
No, they're in the other room watching basketball.
We went to
You
the
guys
Old
must
Dominion
comment.
relic hunt, and Squeak racked out. I racked out. We got some seeded finds. We got a bunch of natural finds. Squeak found her a 10-bullet spill, and that was awesome. That's going to be in one of her upcoming videos. And my surprise find, I found a sling buckle, Confederate sling buckle. But my surprise find is a New York Excelsior cuff button that I had no idea what it was until a buddy of mine pointed it out to me and told me I better take real good care of that button. So, yeah, we had an awesome weekend. Squeak won a bunch of prizes, got to meet a bunch of people.
And got a milkshake.
And got a milkshake for her 10-bullet hole.
Milkshake.
She told
what kind of milkshake?
Chocolate shake. She told me if she finds 10 bullets in that hole, she was going to get a milkshake. And she found 10 bullets in that hole.
Not just 10, not over, not under.
And she was about elbow deep in that hole pulling them bullets out, too.
That's what we got after our hike.
Squeak.
Milkshakes. I got cookies and cream.
I think somebody's mic is messed up. We can barely hear it.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Gene. I don't know. Like it's going in and out.
Yeah, Bill's video is freezing in and out, and your microphone's going in and out, Gene.
That's got to be the internet then.
If y'all got Comcast has been out all over the country all day. It's been out since this morning, fading in and out on people if you got Comcast. Hey, yeah. Juice.
Hi, bye, Juice.
Juice is in the house? I'm not even.
Is any better?
Yeah, we can hear you now,
That's
Jay.
a lot better.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was saying I got a milkshake after my hike. That was cookies and cream.
So yeah, we had an awesome weekend. Awesome week. Like I said, coming home to that was really cool. That was something I didn't expect. You know, one of the families we've had a bunch of families step up, you know, and show us appreciation for all that, you know, we've done for them. They said, and to us, we don't do very much. I mean, we protect their kids. We hang out and play with their kids, and to us it seems like little, and to them, it's their kids. It means the world to them, and a lot of families have stepped up and shown us just how much they appreciate us. It makes us feel really good.
They appreciate me.
Yeah, my wife said they appreciate her, not me.
Your mic works fantastic. I could hear that when she said it.
I'm surprised. It's a cheap webcam, like $12.99 on Amazon.
That's funny.
Yeah, we were just hopping around, happened to see y'all live. Figured we'd stop in and say hi, give everybody a wave.
Well, thank you.
We
Glad
just kind of
you
Make
relaxed.
sure everybody checks out Monday Digs, right, Squeak?
Oh, it was fun last night. I think we had 6 channels last night. It was a blast. We're planning on doing it the next few weeks. For the first time in our YouTube career, I'm 3 weeks ahead in videos. That's never
awesome.
happened before. And so we're going to do one this coming up Monday. And then we have a 2-part from the event this past weekend. And we're going to have to do that into 2 parts because we didn't realize we had filmed that much. My camera ran out of space. My GoPro completely died. But we've got like 30 minutes of videos.
I have so many uncles now.
GoPro?
Uncle Juice is in the house. What's
I have
up,
Uncle
Juice?
Swifty, Uncle Juice.
I didn't name them uncles.
So,
Well, we are completely drained. We have this much for the next Monday, so we got to get to
y'all
work.
have been rolling. We're still catching up on y'all. Your 7-day marathon, man, that was awesome.
Yep, it was so fun.
And
Hey,
it
check
was.
this out. Did you guys see the ring that Gene dug up yesterday?
Oh yeah, I'm still seeing the ring Gene dug up.
Yeah.
This one?
Signet?
It's got like an alphabet. I'm trying to get it to where you can see. There you go.
A signet ring. Looks like.
It's like a triangle of the Greek alphabet, or part of the Greek alphabet.
We didn't see that one yet.
Yeah, this is a different one. This is one he just found yesterday. This is twice the size of the one that I found at the same beach, Bill. Same beach.
That beach never gets hunted, does it?
No, ever. I think we were the first people ever to hunt it. I mean, we found a walker out there.
I was just saying, he found the walker. You found some wheat scents on a beach.
Yep.
I mean, that's unheard of. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone finding wheat pennies on a beach.
Well, we knew there were some barracks at the top of that hill in World War II. So I told him, I said, I bet there's going to be old stuff here. And we're finding it. And so we've gone back a couple times. And we're planning on going back Thursday morning.
I don't blame you. I'd have put a tent up out there. I'd have set a tent up. We'd have been on that thing for a couple of days. How far is that from where y'all live?
Yep. It's like 15 minutes. It's an island, so just about everything's 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'd have set up a tent.
It's pretty
So are
fun,
all y'all going back out there, or just you and Junior?
We'll probably all go out on Thursday.
I love watching your youngest one get out there.
How often?
I love watching your youngest one get out there.
Oh, yeah, little Levi.
He is awesome. We love watching him when he gets out there and text.
Levi and I have Marfan's syndrome, right? Mm-hmm. So it is a connective tissue disorder. Mm-hmm. And like I've had my lenses replaced in my eyes. So I can see, like my vision's good, but my vision was like Levi's when I was his age, mm-hmm. and his vision is 2200. So when you see him like bent over and like looking at stuff really close, it's because he can't see hardly, Right. But he loves getting out there and giving it a try, man. He's pretty funny.
And I think that's why we love watching him the most. Squeak has a lot of respect for people with any kind of disability that gets out, like, Shane Kubat. She has the worst case of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that they've diagnosed here in Virginia.
Wow.
And it's basically all the cartilage in her body's rubber. So when we get out and we detect for a few hours,
it really wears her out.
She's out, but she loves watching people overcome and just get out there and work through it. She loves watching that. And so do I. I mean, we got a lot of respect for that.
What do they think does that mean for her in the future? Is that real bad arthritis when she gets older?
Yeah, worse. Yeah, it'll be dislocations and everything like that. Much worse.
Part of my connective tissue disorder, they told me that I would have real bad arthritis by the time I was in my 30s. I'm in my mid 40s, and I'm still,
Well, that's what they for years they diagnosed Ehlers-Danlos with rheumatoid arthritis. They've only started diagnosing Ehlers-Danlos in about the past 10 years. And I mean, it's when we were told, we were kind of floored. I mean, we were like, what is this? We started doing research and kind of find out my wife has it, but not as bad. Squeak has her own team from UVA that's been studying her since she was about 3. She was born without a clavicle. I mean, just all kinds of stuff related to this. And it's been a ride, but, we really have done a lot of research on it and pushing through it.
That's always fun, isn't it, Squeak? Whenever I go to a new hospital where they don't know me, I promise the doctors, they always are like pulling people from the hallway. Hey, get in here. Come take a look at this guy. Like, because Marfan syndrome is pretty rare.
That was her.
Yeah, man. You're kind of the freak show for everybody.
Her surgeon used to take a childlike delight in bringing students in and touching her fingers to her elbow. And they're like, look at Gumby here. And we're just sitting there going, if you dislocate her, you got to fix it, Doc. I mean,
yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, she would fold up like a rubber band.
Her first surgery, she had to fix her clavicle. She twitched and she had 5 screws, popped out all 5 screws. Took her to her orthopedic, which is a teaching doctor, and he had the x-ray framed and was like, look, this is hers. And you can see all 5 screws popped out.
Yeah.
Way to go, Squeak.
Yeah, she's...
I have $1 million arm.
Yeah, her arm is about $500,000 now. But she swings good with it.
That's good. That's good. I've had 3 open heart surgeries in my life, and my last one that I have a titanium valve.
Oh wow!
So I click every heartbeat. If I'm not clicking, then that's not good. But like I hear it constantly all day, every day.
Oh wow! That's a
year.
heck of a reminder.
We've got a year before we start worrying about her heart.
That's a heck of a reminder. That's really interesting though. I've never heard that.
Yep. Titanium, it's good stuff, I guess.
It rings up good. Do your kids ever hunt for it with the detector?
Oh yeah, it'll ring up.
She pinpoints her screws. She'll take the pinpointer and pinpoint around for her screws, and then she looks for mine, and it's rather unnerving when you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you hear yourself beeping.
You got to have fun with it, I guess,
All right, we're going to hop off here and clean up a little bit, but we wanted to stop in and say hey to everybody. And just to let y'all know, we are pushing our 500. We're really pushing for it. We have a big giveaway planned for it, like a box giveaway and a lot of donations. Awesome. So we're pushing hard. We're like 472 now. So we're pushing pretty good. If we can get up there, we got something really, really cool coming in plan.
Only 20-something away.
Yep.
Bill's drinking out of one of our 500 giveaways tonight. Our 500 sub giveaway was one of our custom coffee cups, and he won.
Those are awesome. We've
had like 4 giveaways on our channel. Yeah, Bill's won 2 of them.
Squeak loves giveaways. I just don't like having to replace what she gives away because she like grabs a whole handful of silver and brings it to me.
Yep.
Go find a couple coins. We'll do a giveaway. Next thing I know, she's got a whole page full of silver, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be expensive. Not that the winner's mine, but
No, yeah, of course not.
So, all right, y'all. Thanks for bringing us up, Bill. Y'all have a good night and a good week.
Have a good night.
And we'll see some of y'all tomorrow night, actually. Yeah, we'll see some of y'all with Pat tomorrow night. So, y'all have a good night.
Yep.
You too.
You too, Bill and Squeak. So you're out of videos, huh, Gene?
Yeah. We were ahead for a little while there, and so we didn't. We kind of relaxed, and then we did this week challenge with Austin, and then at the end of it, as of last night, we were like, we don't have any videos, so we'll figure it out.
Oh yeah.
We don't usually work too far ahead anyway. We're usually week to week.
But yeah, I mean, it's what, maybe once or twice a year you see another detectorist around there, maybe.
Yeah, not very often at all.
Yeah.
Usually it's somebody that's visiting.
Yeah. That's got to be great to have the whole place to yourself to hunt.
I'm not complaining, I'll tell you that.
And so the new place had a World War II boat on top of it, huh?
Yep, some barracks on top of
Yeah.
a hill, and we've gone up there to where the barracks were, but there's not really any place, like, it's grown up. There's some of the foundations of the buildings, but it's all overgrown. You can't really get in there and swing. So the beach down below, though, I mean, a lot of people still use it today, but of course it would have been used back then as well. And so we're finding all kinds of crazy stuff on there.
Yeah. It'd be nice if you could get into that where the barracks were, though. I mean,
oh, yeah. Yeah. I would love that.
I bet you could find some really great stuff there.
Yep.
But, yeah. Just keep checking. You never know. Somebody might clear it for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. We're always looking, of course, just like everybody, we're always looking for that kind of stuff, as we're driving by different places on island and you look over and see a field or something, your attention goes to there, I wonder what was there. And, so we're always trying to find new stuff. And I heard Rob talking earlier about permissions, I mean, the worst they can say is no. So I always jump in there and just ask, you never, I've not been turned down too frequently, but the properties are so big, the ones that we're hunting, we can hunt them for months and not run out of, stuff to find there. So.
Yeah, that's nice. Now, it's funny, where I came back from California, the town was built in 1859, but trying to find the old stuff because of some gold mining community. And even this is what got me into metal detecting in the early 60s when I was a kid. I watched the guys going to the parks because anybody that was into gold and sluicing and dredging, they all had metal detectors even back then. Mm-hmm. Well, in the off season, they'd hit the parks and stuff, and I'd seen them come out with small bags full of silver. Well, those days are long gone, and then of course, fill dirt brought in and this and that. Don't find a whole lot of silver anymore. I even did it's an 1890 home. Saw it on the fire maps. Almost a 1 acre yard, had been overgrown for years, and when this other guy bought it, he gave me permission to hunt it. I hunted the whole acre, and I found a 1988 memorial penny and an 1890 Victorian house, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It must have been from when he was the guy that I had now, or the person before him had a little back deck where they had a barbecue, and it was a few feet away from the barbecue, about an inch down in the dirt. So somebody barbecued one day and pulled something out of their pocket and dropped a penny. Yep. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, around the base of trees, there's even a creek in the back, went along the bank, nothing. Just nothing.
Somebody must have been through there before and he didn't know about it or something. I mean, a house from 100 years ago.
That had to have been, because I mean, I wasn't trying to crash. But another thing somebody brought up to me, in fact, they were in the stream earlier, not only location, but depending on location, because you gotta remember there's a lot of towns that are pretty excited, but they're poor, and they have been for years.
Yep.
Yeah, and like he would say, where he hunts, Southwest Tennessee here, or Southeast Tennessee, he very rarely ever finds silver.
Yep.
It was one of those areas, excuse me, they were just poor and they didn't have the money.
Yep. So, farming communities,
John, how you doing?
A lot of times I was going to say that farming communities, I can imagine they held on to their coins and valuables a lot more closely, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. They made sure they weren't dropping anything. They couldn't afford it. Yeah.
Yep. I when I went, not this summer, but the summer before, went to Kentucky to see some of my family and, had some permission to do some hunts there and didn't really find anything old at one house. And they said they knew this house was 1800s and, searched it and just found trash and bullets. Pretty much that was about it, but I kind of chalked it up to just a different person that was living in this house as opposed to, a house in a town or in a city or something like that. Just they hold on to things tighter, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
well, like I know the town I came from, California, the Great Depression never even touched it. They worked, the mines were working, people had money, but the outlying areas like the farmlands and stuff, I have friends back there that hunt out there, and it's like maybe 2 silvers a year if they're lucky.
Yep.
And they're usually pretty deep, just where they're too hard or too deep for an old detector to get to. But they just don't find the coins or old silver, stuff like that in those places. If you watch them, a lot of people from Idaho, it's rare for, or Oregon, real rare for them to find silver around there. In a lot of the smaller towns, they just don't find it.
Yep. Yeah, similar to here. We don't find a whole lot of silver coins. Like, we find old stuff. I mean, we find a ton of jewelry on the beach, but as far as old silver coins, we don't find a whole lot. I think we have found maybe 15 in 2 years. So, but that is not complaining. I am not complaining. I love where we live and what we find. It's again, just wherever you live, every place you live, it has its own advantages and disadvantages, that are unique to that place. The older I get, I've lived in a few different places, and every time I get to know an area, it could be very different, but it seems so much the same because the people that live there don't really appreciate it like people who are coming from the outside. They don't see the beauty in the area, or they don't see the uniqueness a lot of times. Everybody always tends to think it must be better somewhere else, and I mean, really, you got to love where you live, and it's not always greener on the other side, But.
That one. But and say that having the beaches, the kind of weather you have there year round.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Unless you like cold weather. If you like cold weather, this isn't the place.
I've got a severe osteoarthritis in my body. And so it's like the weather changes here in Tennessee just tear me up severely.
They're pretty severe in Tennessee there.
Really bad. Yeah. I mean, I've been in the South before, but I didn't realize the weather can go from 30 degrees to 70, back to 30, rain, back up to 70, drop back down to 30, like in one day, 3 or 4 times in a day here. And the barometric pressure change, just when you got arthritis, that just tears you apart.
Yep. That's where I went to school, was in Tennessee. So, I mean, I've experienced that, and it is pretty extreme. I mean, in the morning, in the wintertime, you could wake up and there'd be 2 inches of snow, but by lunchtime, it could be 60, and warmed up. And then, especially in Nashville, just so windy, and that wind would cut right through, and the pressure change, right there. A lot of times in the springtime, a lot of tornadoes, because of the violent weather just kind of coming together, those fronts coming together, the warm and the cold fronts. So, yeah, I understand when you were saying how bad it is for, arthritis and that. I remember my days in college there and how severe the weather could be.
Yeah. I'm just, like I said, I'm used to either dry and hot or a little cold and wet, and not much of a change in the quarters. But last time I remember being, it was back in the late 70s when I went out to Florida, stayed in Georgia for a while with my brother, and it was kind of like it there, but not as severe as here. But still, it's either good or hot.
So I'm just looking at some of the comments. I see Digger Dan says, "Did Rob pass out? He's been gone for a while now." And then Practical Ken
Yeah.
says the weather sounds like Michigan, and that's where I grew up, was in Michigan, and I understand that too. That weather can be pretty extreme. So he decided to go out and hit one of his permissions, Ezra
Rob
says.
said,
That's
I'm on the phone with
hilarious.
the girlfriend. She hasn't seen me in 10 days. She misses me.
Did you see Ezra's comment, Rob?
No.
He said you must have decided to go out and hit one of those
and then when
permissions.
you get back, you go, God, go,
You know,
go away
I
again.
took my headlamp tonight just in case I stayed there late.
Ah,
All right, hon, I'm gonna hang out here with the guys a little bit, and I'll call you tomorrow before I get on the plane.
Well, make sure you check the website. Make sure your plate still exists.
Okay. All right.
Because I don't know if they'll text you that it canceled. If it does cancel.
All right. I'll check the computer.
Okay.
All right, hon.
All right.
All right. See you tomorrow. All right.
I don't know about everybody else, but that kind of sounds like an out, Rob.
She actually said, "I don't give a crap if you stay one more day."
No way.
But see, the problem is that the lady that I drove the U-Haul up here for, she made the reservation, so they're on her credit card. So I don't want to mess up. You know, I mean, yeah, maybe I could book another flight tomorrow, but I don't want to go through that, whole rigmarole.
Especially the way everything is right now with travel. I mean, you've got something, you better go with it, because you just don't know what
Yeah,
tomorrow
because
holds.
Denise and her dad about a month ago went to Ohio for his 60th high school reunion, and that was that week that all the Southwest pilots went on strike because of the COVID thing. So
Yep.
like 3 a.m, she got a text from Southwest saying, "We canceled your flight tomorrow." And it took her 2 more days to get home, and not even through Southwest. She had to get a ticket through Allegiant Air for the two of them, and it was way more expensive than what Southwest was. But that's the fastest she could get back to Florida.
Yep.
So, hey, Mike, how we doing? M.A. Lyman 24.
B. Higgles is here now. Jason's here. BC Treasure Trails.
Hey,
They may
guys.
have been here for a long
Jason
time. I'm just
from
going over and seeing the comments.
Team Lynch is here. Practical Ken. I don't know Practical Ken. Welcome, Practical Ken.
Yeah, he's fairly new.
He
He's
works
got a
in
good channel
aviation.
too.
Wow. I bet it's been crazy.
That's not a field I have any desire to get into.
No.
Dennis got 4 silvers. Oh,
Well-
Rob, there's nothing with flying. It's the crashing that hurts.
Yeah, that's what my father used to tell me. He says it's not that fall that kills you; it's that sudden stop at the end.
Yeah.
Ken has asked me what are the oldest items we have found. So the oldest coin that we found is a 2 Meravidi. It's minted in Santo Domingo between 1506 and 1516. It's actually the first coin minted in the New World.
Wow.
Gene actually dug that up. That is the oldest coin we have found. And then, I mean, we find stuff we don't really know the age of it, like old farming equipment. But we found a silver, a silver statue. It's of a Tiwanaku guy that we don't know the age on, but it's pretty old and handmade silver. So, stuff like that. That's probably the oldest, verifiable thing is that coin, that 1506 coin. Myself personally, the oldest thing I've dug up was a 1724 German 1 shilling. So
I can't come close to that. Those are incredible.
he said beats a Wheatie. It does, but I'm just telling you, I get as excited about a Wheatie because I don't get to find them very often. That's why this beach where I'm finding Wheaties, that's pretty exciting to me.
Well, Dennis, you may have scored a little better than me today, but I did do an older property today. I got an 1837 courthouse today, Dennis. Just unfortunately, it didn't have. Well, I only had an hour and a half on it before it got dark, and of course, I'm leaving tomorrow. But I am now their metal detectors for their grounds. So hopefully, when I get back here in the spring, that acre will still be there for me to do.
Yes, Ken, I found it on the island here. The northern part of modern day Germany in the 1700s was under Danish control. And so, of course, the Danes had control of this island. So that's kind of how it made its way here. And it was a pull tab signal. It's real thin, tiny silver, and it was not a good signal, but I dug it.
Talk trash detecting. I'll take a silver Rosie all day long. Also, I tell people all the time, if I come home with a Wheatie and a silver Rosie, it's been a dang good day.
Yep.
Marty, you got me beat by a little bit.
So, Dan, you say you love clad. I know that's in your name, but how much clad do you dig in a year? Because our goal for this year is 300, and we're at 265, I think, right now. So we're getting close. I think we're going to make the 300. But how much do you dig in a year, Dan?
300 is half a knock 600.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
People ask me all the time, does that thing really pay for itself? Yes, it does.
It's funny you say that. I had a guy ask me that just yesterday.
I get asked every time I'm on Clearwater Beach.
He's sitting on the beach with his wife, and he said his words were, "Is that profitable?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I've been interested in it since I was a little kid, and I'm just wondering, do you ever find anything worth anything?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And then Gene pulled that gold ring out, and I said, "Like this." So yeah, all the
His
time.
eyeballs get real big.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's amazing how many people I run into that say, I've always wanted to do that, but they never, ever, ever, ever pull the trigger.
Yep.
Or you get somebody and they go, "Hey, I got a metal detector." And you go, "What do you got?" And they go, "I don't know. It's in the closet. I think it's yellow." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're not a detectorist."
Yep. Listen, I was that guy for a long. I owned the AT Max for 3 years before I ever used it. When I got it, it just wasn't the right detector. But I wanted to get one that was waterproof. And so I just ordered it from Amazon. It got here. I turned it on. I wasn't really finding much. So it just kind of stayed in the back porch area back here, in our storage area. Never used it. And then somehow across YouTube came a metal detecting video. I watched it. It was about the AT Max. The guy said, "Hey, this is what you got to do." I went out in the yard, found exactly what he told me I would find, and that's it. I was hooked.
Digger Dan King Clad says, hold on. No, I'm sorry. Trash talk detecting, and somebody else was saying how many pull tabs you think you have to do to get a gold ring. I would say that's
All of
about
them.
right. I dig a lot of pull tabs and bottle caps before to equal one ring, and it might be doing damn close to 1,000.
Yeah, every pull tab signal, especially the beach, I dig it because it's going to be. We've got a jar full of pull tabs, huge jar full of pull tabs. And
what do you mean I dig it? I thought it was we dig it.
Oh, true. Yes, we dig it. But we've got 90 rings. So I know it's a ton of rings, but if you knew how much junk we dug just to get those 90 rings. And I see Dan says he digs this year. He's got close to $1,000 in clad.
That's folks. That's a lot of digging. That is a serious amount of digging.
Yeah.
I had somebody at my club once when I was putting out my coins. I was standing behind them. They didn't know I was standing behind them, and they were like, he wins the coins category every month. He goes, "I think he just brings the same freaking coins from last month." I'm like, "Okay, all right. When do you see the 36 jars of coins I bring down here from the last 3 years? Okay, I don't need to bring last month's coins. I went out and dug enough this month. Okay."
I think it was Trash Talk or Talk Trash said, yeah, they say 1,000 tabs per gold ring.
I don't disagree with that. It's not easy to find a gold ring like Vermont Derek says it is.
No.
When he actually did that video, said, I know there's gold. I can find gold on this beach today, but I've got an appointment to be somewhere else on another beach. And I'm like,
yeah, he hadn't found one.
No, that don't hold water, because if you know that there's gold in a certain place in your beach, you'd be there finding it and then go to the other beach. So don't go give me that bullshit that there's gold sitting there and you just didn't get to it today. That's a bunch of crap.
Tommy, how's Cincinnati?
It's good. How are you?
All the way up in Cincinnati, Tommy. Wow, good man.
Well, no, I was in Indiana. I was up in Monticello. I was up towards Chicago. I was over in Cleveland. And I came down here last Wednesday. Don and I hunted this weekend.
Relic Reaper Don?
Yep.
Well, that's cool.
I've been working with him every day here in his warehouse. He got shorthanded. He had somebody had to leave, and so I filled in. Yeah, it's been good.
Nice.
My girlfriend's from family's from Cincinnati. Boy, that hat looks bad.
I think the hat looks good. It's on
It's
you.
who's
Though.
wearing it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, actually, Rob, turn it straight. You're wearing it like this.
No, I've got it straight. Look, it's straight. See, it looks straight.
Either it's not straight or your head's not straight. One of the two.
Well,
it doesn't look straight.
No, it doesn't.
Sorry about that. My phone rang. Can you hear me?
Of course, Gene, my father said if
Sorry
my
about
head
that.
wasn't attached to my neck, I'd forget that somewhere too. So
yeah, my dad used to say the same thing. We can hear you, Tommy. Are you talking to us?
Who's Higgles? Congratulations on a barber.
I don't know. I would love to find a barber. I promise you that. I have not found one of those.
Well, I can tell you, Gene, you need to tune into my third video coming out from this trip. I had a epic barber day.
Oh, shut up, Rob. No. Yeah,
Rob, you see plugs?
Somebody's finding it. No, Rob, you deserve it. You've been finding some great stuff. So, and I know you had a dry spell for a long, long time.
Sorry about that, guys.
There you go, Dennis. That's a great attitude, Dennis. Every day is a good day when you get to go out and swing your coil. There you go, Dennis. Hat's good. Head is crooked. Yeah.
So, Rob, how many barbers did you find?
You're gonna have to wait for the video for that one.
Oh, okay.
I will say, Bill, it's a new record for me.
It's more than one.
Cynthia says Dennis found the barber.
Oh, okay. Congratulations, Dennis.
So when my phone rang and it made me cut out, I was saying that Dennis or that Don and I had got out this weekend. And you guys started saying something, and I couldn't hear you because my phone rang.
I don't remember what it was we were saying then.
Yeah,
Congrats,
mine
Marty.
cut out, so I have an excuse. I couldn't hear you. Your guys is all sometimers.
Man, I had
Gotcha.
some timers today. I was telling a story. I was telling a story on my stream yesterday or Sunday, and right in the middle of the story, I forgot where I was going with it. I mean, that was just bad.
Well, I know Bill's 80, but how old are you, Rob?
I'll be 60 next month.
60. Okay, and Gene, you're young.
I have no excuse.
What, Bill?
I'm 85, Tommy, not 80.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Bill, you're really 85?
No.
I didn't think so. Because I was going to say, damn, you look good.
Rob, you just bought the car
65
that Patrick bought.
I don't listen. Ever since I had my flea market video store, and two ladies came in, and I said, "Are you two guys sisters?" And they were a mother and a daughter. The mother just thought I was the greatest guy in the world, but the daughter was pretty pissed off, thinking that either she was that old. I don't do that. Ever since that bad day, I don't try and guess anybody's age, especially women. And another thing I said, when my sister had her baby, I was standing outside the baby maternity room looking at the babies, and there was this lady next to me with a really big belly, rubbing her belly. So I said, "So when are you due?" And she went, "Oh, mine's right there in the room." And she still hadn't, lost the belly bump from the thing. And that's it. I don't make comments like that anymore. I just get myself in trouble all the time. I thought Rob was 75.
I asked a woman in a doctor's office one day how, when she was expecting, and she says, "Honey," she says, "I haven't had."
We lost you again.
Yeah, you turned yourself off there.
We lost you, Tommy.
Oh, his phone rang.
Well, who was it? Let's see. Oh, Reed found 5 barber dimes this year. And Jason at BC Treasure Trail said the closest he ever found a barber is parts of Barbie.
That's it, Marty. I'm just going to smile and nod from now on. Oh, Ken, I dig myself so many holes. It's not even funny, buddy. I'm due back tomorrow, Plugs. I have to leave the house here at 2, or I think I have to be at the airport at 2. My flight's at 4. And I have to leave early because I got to check my gun in. So.
Well, guys, it's pretty late here. It's almost 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna head out.
Mr. Gene, I've had fun tonight, buddy.
Gene, thanks for
talk to
coming
you, man.
It's been good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Tommy, be safe if you're still listening. Rob, be safe on your trip tomorrow.
Well, thank you, but I have absolutely no control over that whatsoever.
I know, but we'll see.
And Gene, I don't like flying.
No, I don't either. I'm not a fan of heights. Like seriously, climbing on a ladder.
Oh, I don't. Every time I go over the Skyway, let me tell you, when I got hired by the Armored Car Company, Gene, the first day in training when I was driving the truck, the guy that was training me had a route on the other side of the Sunshine Skyway, so we had to go up over the Skyway with that armored car. My first day, my knees were shaking all the way up that bridge.
Yep.
I mean, I did it, and then, yeah, I don't like heights.
Yep.
But I can handle natural heights better than man-made heights because every time I'm on something man-made, I just think it's going to fall down the day I'm up there.
Yep.
If I would have been on top of the World Trade Center the day the airplane hit, I would have just been going down and going, see, I knew this was
told you.
Happen. Yeah, I told you this was going to happen.
Wow.
But then again, when people say to me, flying is statistically much safer than cars, I go, yeah, but you never hear of a car crash with 375 people dying either, okay?
No, never. Wow. Never. That's my point too.
And the car's on the ground already. Wow, look at this motley bunch.
I was just telling them I'm leaving, guys. Dennis, it's good seeing you, brother.
Well,
but I am heading out.
Yeah, sorry about that. My brother kept calling. It was good to see you, Gene.
Yep, good seeing you. You
Good
guys
talking
all
to
be
you,
careful.
I'm sorry.
I was just telling them I'm leaving, guys. Dennis, it's good seeing you, brother. But I am heading out.
Yeah, sorry about that. My brother kept calling. It was good to see you, Gene.
Yep, good seeing you. You guys all be careful.
Somebody's over.
Yeah, somebody's got 2 channels going.
Good seeing you, brother. But I am heading out.
Yeah, sorry about that. My brother kept calling. It was good to see you, Gene.
Yep, good seeing you. You guys all be careful.
Somebody's
got 2 channels
your
going.
phones. There you go.
It's the metal detecting male model of the year.
That's right. That's right. And don't you forget it.
Hey, Rob. So did you hear what I was trying to say when I got out?
Going to barber. It doesn't look like
No.
In the doctor's office.
That's right. That's right. And don't you forget it.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rob.
somebody's got a second channel on. I guess it was Dennis.
Yeah, it's Dennis.
Is it me?
Yeah, when you go to StreamYard, you got to take
There
the
we go.
regular. You got to take the regular YouTube channel and mute it. There you go. Plugs for Days said it. Reed says, I keep telling myself I can fly. Yeah, how's that working, Reed? We lost Tommy. We lost Dennis.
Yep.
Bill, it was 72 here today in Missouri.
Internet. 72?
Yeah, I was in shorts. I'm still in shorts
Dang.
right now and a t-shirt. Well, we got Tommy back.
There you go.
That's Tommy back.
I should be situated.
All right, where's Dennis?
I wonder if mine's doing that.
No, because we don't hear any echo with you talking.
He's saying he doesn't know what he did wrong. We don't know either, Dennis. We weren't there.
Wow, Digger Dan says it's 60 there in New Hampshire this evening. It is 58 here right now, and this is the warmest evening we've had. And the day after I leave, Bill, they're getting snow flurries here.
It's actually like 50 degrees up here in Cincinnati, 52 or something. It's not bad.
Yeah, it hit 60 here today, so it isn't bad.
No, I mean, these people in Kansas City here are looking at me in shorts in November, and I'm like, I'm loving this.
Rob, I don't understand why anybody would care. We wore shorts in Ohio in December. You'd have on a winter coat.
I had a lady walk by. I'm metal detecting that courthouse, and the lady walked by me with a parka on and a big wool cap with a beanie on top, walking her dog. And I looked up at her, and she goes, "Hi," and I said, "Hi," and I go, "It is not that cold." And she goes, "Oh, it's cold enough not to be in shorts." And I go, "Listen, I get cold easy, and I'm comfortable."
Right.
Frankie's here.
Who's here?
Yep. Frankie, Petey.
Oh, Petey. Oh, Frankie. If things go right, I'll be heading that way in a few days.
Wow, frost on the cars. I thought you were heading out west, Tommy.
I've told everybody before I go west, I'm coming back down south and running the coastline of Florida.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I said, and then going west like April, May. So hopefully I'm in California by the end of May, and then going north up from there for the weather.
Okay.
I will tell you one thing. I had told everybody I wanted to go to Alaska this year. That's not going to happen.
Why not?
It's 1,600 from Seattle to the island, and then another 1,000 from there up to the mainland. $2,600 each way is the current fare. That's $5,200 just to go and come back. That doesn't count your trip. That's
What, to take a ferry? To put the van on a ferry?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, you can drive through Canada to get to
Wow.
Alaska.
Well, actually, you can now, because when I checked last weekend or on Saturday, they hadn't opened the border. But now that they've opened the border, Sunday? I think they opened the border. That's a different story.
You just gotta mail yourself your weapon if you're armed.
Huh?
I said you just have to mail yourself the weapon to Alaska if you're armed in the van.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when I was a cop, we went to the Canadian border and I showed him my badge, and the guy goes, "Not only can you not come in our country with your gun, if you try and sneak it in here thinking you can get away with it being an officer, not only will we melt down your gun, we'll melt down your badge, and then we'll send both of them back to your department and tell them that you're in jail." And I was like, "Wow, aren't you a friendly sort?"
Oh yeah.
They didn't mess around.
Yeah. When I was in law enforcement in Ohio, same freaking way. We went up through Buffalo. We were up there to Niagara just for fun for the weekend, just to see Niagara Falls. Same thing.
They didn't mess around.
No, they don't like the fact that they're a parasite to us. I think 90% of their population is within 30 miles of our border, 40 miles of our border, something like that. They're completely dependent on us, but we're trash to them.
Well, I like Canadians.
I like the people and I love the country. I don't like their laws.
No, me neither.
I'm talking about the government part of them. They don't.
But then again, like I tell people either, we're the only advanced country in the world that has this many murders.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no about it. It's period. Yes. Australia, New Zealand,
I was thinking
Canada, Great
South
Britain.
Africa's pretty friggin' advanced.
South Africa?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't include them at all. I wouldn't include any country on the African continent.
They're pretty advanced.
I'm not saying
you can eat off their hospital floors. They're spotless.
That doesn't mean that
their technologies are pretty top notch. In fact, I know people that go to Turkey to get their teeth done. What we pay $2,500, $3,000 for, they're paying $250, $300.
Ken, that is a very curious fact. How many people metal detect carrying concealed?
Carrying what?
Practical
Quite
Ken
a
said, it's
few.
curious how many people metal detect being concealed weapon.
Don't you, Rob?
I may not have it on me all the time, but it's in the car.
No, I got the little one. That's yeah. In the bag. The one I can take in the water.
I just got my CPL. It must be the same as their what do we call it? CW what?
Yeah, CCP, CPL, CCW.
Plug says I carry a machete. That'll work.
What's that?
Plug says I carry a machete. That'll work. So Dennis, congratulations on your finds today. Oh, Dennis is locked up. I just thought he was staring off into the distance there. Oh, there he is.
No, he's Etch-a-Sketch.
I said congratulations on your finds, Dennis.
Killer cap gun.
Yeah, that gun is pretty cool looking. Oh, concealed pistol license. Okay.
Now, Illinois, it's their FOID card.
Fairleys. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Tony got his FOID card for Illinois.
You know, it was funny, Tommy. Before 9/11, your concealed weapons permit would allow you to carry guns in more state than your badge would. But post 9/11, I think as an officer, I think you can carry a gun anywhere except New York City.
Well, you can if you got the retired police status.
I didn't even think they allowed active to carry it in New York City.
Do what now?
I didn't even think they allowed active officers from another state to carry in New York City.
Since I think it's 2 years ago. If my information is correct, and it may not be, but as of 2 years ago, see, you could be retired Chicago and you couldn't carry into Wisconsin. One of my canines that I trained for narcotics was in Illinois, and my canine handler there couldn't go see his mom with his gun in Wisconsin, right across the line, right? But as of a couple of years ago, he said that if you have that federal ID now from your department, but it gets federal recognition, you can go anywhere. According to him, anywhere in the 48.
Southwest Florida Treasure Detecting. If you have your concealed weapons permit in Florida, I think there's 34 or 39 other states that reciprocate recognizing that.
We just lost Nevada. We used to carry in Nevada. We can't. Before we could carry all the way across, we just couldn't carry Washington, Oregon, or Cali. But you had everything else except Illinois, pretty much from Midwest over. And we, except Wisconsin, we got Wisconsin, but we still don't have Minnesota or those four out there. That's it. All the way over to New York.
No problem. For Dave says you can't even pump your own gas here in Oregon. Really? They still have gas station attendants in Oregon?
Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. In Oregon, you've never been able to pump your own gas in Oregon.
No, and if you're driving a truck, you got to buy a permit every time you go in.
Say that again, Dennis. Or Tommy?
Time I was in Oregon.
If you drive semi and you don't have an Oregon plate, you got to have a permit for every time you go in. Every single time, where you're entering, where you're leaving, when and where, how, what, why, who, where, every time. Every single time. If you don't have they're still the only state that doesn't recognize IFTA. Everywhere else in the United States, you get an IFTA plate. It's good anywhere in the United States except Oregon.
Man, I thought Florida had. I thought Florida was messed up.
Nope. Oregon won't take our semi plates or nothing.
It was so bad there the last time I was in Oregon. We were up getting Christmas trees for California. We're in this little town, middle of BF, Oregon, only 40 people, one gas station. I pull in, I start to pump the gas, and jets out of there. She was so scared of getting caught, letting somebody pump gas in a station that was 100 miles.
Oh yeah, she get a fine.
Closest big city.
Yep.
Yeah, big fine. And you know, okay, like in a lot of states, if they go in and find the owner of a bar drunk, they'll shut the bar down for a couple weeks as part of the fine. Well, apparently that's what they used to do in Oregon. If they caught people pumping their own gas, they'd shut the gas station down for a while.
Yeah.
Part of it. At least that's what I was told. I don't know if it's true, but so it's like, yeah, they don't mess with it there.
I know, Digger Dan. It's what it seems like, doesn't it?
What's he saying? Because I'm on my phone, I can't see chat.
Any way to milk people out of their hard-earned money.
See, that's one thing as a guest on Melon I can do that I can't do on this one.
Comparing your basketball
I can't
game.
see the chat at the same time.
All right. All righty, guys. I'm being called to participate in some family activity here. So, Bill, thanks for a good evening. Tommy, see you guys later.
Thanks for coming up, Rob.
All righty, guys.
We'll see you
I'm
later.
glad you got to see me, Rob.
Do what?
I'm glad you got to see me.
Absolutely. So am I. See you guys.
Oh, shit. So, Frankie, I'm trying to take care of paperwork stuff with my dad's estate and everything. That's why I haven't been doing a lot. Think we may have, for a period, I mean, there's going to be probate. There's going to be a fight. Okay. But I may have most of it all wrapped up here for a few months, which means I'll be able to go south here in a couple of days. Are you going to be able to get out, Frankie? Or with your chest, are you still not? Are you able to walk in the park and swing a detector, even if I dig your holes?
Whoops. What happened? Whoa.
It's not a suede shirt. JD, Tommy's not in Oregon, but he drove a truck. Oh, God, yeah, I went to Oregon all the time. What am I missing here? This is not a suede shirt. This is a Night Stalker's 160th shirt. It's a polo. Here in Colorado, 12 people got $250 tickets for playing music too loud in the middle of the day. Now, I can see Juice getting a ticket for his lyrics that he sings while he's detecting. I'm back at work and I can still dig. Do you want company for a day or an afternoon, Frankie? You want to pass through? You got a park we can go to, even if we don't find nothing? Because once I get down through Virginia and Carolina, I'm coming to hunt with Cynthia. Cynthia's got a farm field we're going to go hit.
Oh, cool. Metal AF was asking what part of Oregon is in. Are you talking about plugs, Metal AF?
No, I think he was talking about me. He was talking about me because Cynthia was telling that I drove truck. Can I text you? Absolutely, you guys can text me. Anybody can text me. I can't type on here. Hey, Bill, type in my phone number.
Yeah, I gotta grab my phone.
No, I'll tell it to you. Just tell me when you're ready on the keyboard.
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. Ooh.
What up,
Okay.
Ray? It's 352 -263.
Okay. Okay.
-0166. Oh, Gary said he just sent me a text. Yeah, 0166. He said he already sent me a text. Yeah, that's right, Bill. I see the text. 867-5309. I got it. Got it. Got your number on the wall. God, Ray. Flashbacks, man. That's one of Juice songs, Marty. There you go.
I like it because Metal AF wants to do a long hair and a cop collab.
Gary,
long hair musician.
Gary, I don't know what you're texting. It's look back and make sure you got the right number. I got some old schools, Tommy. Oh, Frankie, I'm there. I'm there. Hey, Frankie, where are you? Are you by 501 and 9520? Where are you? Give me a general vicinity. I have to go through Columbia to get a new debit card made. I have 3 accounts, and my bank is at All South Federal Credit Union. You don't have to worry about that, Plugsy. With a hand digger, the laws have changed. Oh, I can tell you one thing. There's beaches in Oregon you cannot use a shovel. You can only use a hand digger. On beach.
Oh, hell,
Not just dirt, beach.
There's places you can't even use that. You got to use a probe, like Juice was saying. I know Auburn, California, below Grass Valley, where I live, you could metal detect, but you couldn't dig. You had to use a brass probe.
Oh, hold on.
Stuff out of the ground.
Oh, right. So yeah, Oregon's got some really weird laws too for detecting. Gary, I don't have Messenger. I got rid of my Facebook and my Facebook Messenger a while ago. So if you're trying to get me on Facebook, you're not going to be able to. You got to do my phone. My phone or Instagram. Thank you, Dennis. Think I should make an album with all my songs, Juice tracks. I told Juice, I said, if you don't make it in metal detecting, I said, you could always narrate a strip club.
Yeah. Oh, Gary, you can't use shovels there, huh? You got to use the hand trowel.
That's what I said.
Yeah. You know, like I said, it depends on, God, not just the city, but like in Sacramento and Roseville, California, the parks departments are county and city and neighborhood, and they all got different rules.
Tony, I'll be up there, but it won't be this year. Not this winter. Not before spring. East of Columbia off of 20. Okay.
Just bring some M80s and blow them plugs out. That's where you get a dog and train it. Dig here.
Right. Just bring M80s. I actually, if you saw my video of me blowing up my drone, it was quite an explosion, actually, quite big. That was pretty good. I use a shovel when I'm in the middle of nowhere. They just passed a law for the beaches in South Carolina. What law? No shovels? What about scoops? Like the big sand scoop, Frankie.
Yeah.
Gary, Bill put up my phone number. If you scroll back up, my phone number's in there. I just don't have Messenger. But you can text message me.
Yeah. My video in 20 minutes premiere. Huh? Gotta watch that.
Oh, I'm good with a sand scoop on the beach, Frankie. I don't carry a shovel to the beach anymore. I got my sand scoop in the truck here.
Really, Gary? When did that's new? Because last time I was in it, nope, had to use a probe. You couldn't dig at all. Well, that's good.
Tony, I got your text message about Mattoon. I'm in Cincinnati, Tony. I'm going south from here. I have some banking and some business in South Carolina.
I think, Gary, that's like at fairgrounds in Grass Valley. The whole county you can dig except for the fairgrounds. Well, once you're out of sight of the office, nobody cared, but they said no digging holes. Good, I have to remember that. Auburn allows you to use a trowel. Cool. They didn't used to. Believe me. Juice, did you replace your busted trowel? He done broke it pretty good this morning. Yeah, I mean, okay, you talked to the greenskeeper. I talked to the people in the office. They said no.
Now, it's funny you're talking about the greenskeeper. Don and I were on a golf course this weekend. Actually, when I get off your live, Bill,
yeah,
I don't know if I'll get it done tonight. If not tonight, it'll be first thing tomorrow, probably. But I'm going to put together my clips, try to get my video out.
Oh, cool.
We didn't find anything to write home about, but it was fun. It was a good hunt.
Oh yeah.
I found a full
That's
key
all
fob.
about.
I found a full key fob, and yeah.
All right. All I ever use is a knife or a screwdriver if I'm in any town.
Hey, I have a question for Reed. What is the seat height on that 250 you bought? How high does it sit? Just destroyed it. Cynthia, we're going to that farm, girl.
Got Garrett coming in the...
I can tell you guys this. Don has a 540. It is, and you guys, you may remember when I played with Jeff's, okay? And I said, it's definitely a junior Knox. Well, I got to play with Don's more in depth, well, with him using it, but us doing the same holes, swinging the same things just to see. Even the tones are the same. It has to be, it has to be just a less controlled. There's less controls on it, but it's got to be the same circuit. Same circuitry, everything. That 540 and 440, for those interested in thinking about it, absolutely 100% a junior Equinox. If your funds are limited and you like the Knox, okay, just got off the phone. Okay. It tones are the same, numbers are the same. It's a Knox. Yeah. We were everything tone for tone, number for number.
The only thing I wish it could do that the Knox does is run in single frequency.
I got you.
That's the only beef I had, because if you got really bad soil, that thing is just gonna chatter up a storm. Right? You can still pick up.
But see, I don't have that issue.
Yeah, you don't. No,
everybody talks about that.
You get it where there was heavy gold fields like there in Grass Valley with all the different minerals in the ground. It talked, because there's something like 32 non-metallic minerals that would set off a detector. So
thank you, Reed. I got your message, Reed. Thank you.
And I mean, it's not you can work with it real easy. It was just kind of annoying at first till I got used to it.
No, right.
Yeah, who cares then? But that would have been nice.
I'm looking at the XT250 Yamaha, Reed. Honda just came out with a brand new Enduro, a 300, and I'm also looking at the TW200. The difference is the XT250 and the Honda 300 will do like 70, 75 mile an hour. The TW, even though it has the fat tires and it's kick butt awesome bike. It's fun. It's just the funnest of all three, but it only does like 52 with a fat guy on it. I think top speed on them is like 55 anyway, unless you get to changing sprockets. I don't want to be that guy on the 2-lane going into town, like out in Arizona and stuff, where it's 75 mile an hour on the 2-lane, right? In the middle of the desert. And cars and trucks flying by me doing 52, 55. So I don't plan on being in that position that often, but I don't want to be stuck in it either.
You know, the thing is that Yamaha and Honda ain't going to be near as cheap as what Reed picked up.
Yeah, but Reed is 6'1", and he tippy toes it. That's what I just asked him. Yeah.
Well, you could still buy it and put a lower the seat on it.
How? No, you can't. Not on that one. That's got that plastic seat, Bill. That's got that little seat that goes up on the tank. You're done. The only thing you're going to do to that bike is put smaller wheels and tires on it, and then change everything.
Yeah.
Metal AF detecting. I'm looking at. I like the KTM, but if you guys watch the TW200, the T-Dubs, nobody dislikes the T-Dubs. Nobody.
Yeah, KTMs are great. But you got to do an oil change on them.
Right.
The expense.
Well, whatever I get, I'm getting something for the front bumper of the van too. So I'm going to stay with one of the smaller bikes because I'm going to be carrying it on the front.
My neighbor had a KTM, and even with this discount, it was almost $400 to do an oil change on the bike.
Ray Gonzalez put lowrider rims. Ray, I could put smaller rims on the bike, but there's no place to put the fuzzy dice.
Well, if you're going to have the fuzzy dice, you got to have the spinner rims.
They do have lower seats of, okay.
Oh, they do, huh?
10-inch Ray. Plugsy said 13. Well, I know I want to do my gold detecting when I go out west in different places, or even in Florida, when you can ride on the beach and you got one of them fat tire bikes, they go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Go down the beach with my detector in the rack.
Once I get
50cc bikes. Dennis, the bikes I'm talking about have a street legal plate.
The bike I'm looking for when I get back to California is the 3-wheeled electric trike.
There you go.
That I don't need a license for because it'll be considered like a wheelchair.
Okay,
except
now,
the thing will do.
Before I buy anything, that's one of the things I'm looking at, Bill. There are electric dirt bikes now. Enduros, street and dirt, legal electric bikes with lights, turn signals. And they get like an 80 mile on a charge. I'm thinking about not an electric bike. This is not an electric bike. This is an actual motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. 50cc. I think he's a little big for a 50cc, Dennis. I'm a little big for it. But no, they've got some. They had one electric bike. I cannot remember. It was very expensive, but it got 200 miles on the charge.
Yeah,
I was looking at. But
well, I'm not worried about that. I just need to go into town and back and be able to go out and play. I'm not worried about having the big miles.
But I was looking at this trike, and they had them on sale, and they threw in knobbies to go along with the street tires, so you could switch them out.
Right.
And I think it's a 65-mile range with a top speed of 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, the one I'm looking at gets 80 miles at a gallon, or 80 mile an hour. I mean,
Yeah.
And yes, I
Like I
saw
said,
the
this-
Harley's piece of junk. Harley built the electric bike, and they did a
No,
ride
it-
from Jacksonville down to Dayton or down to Ocala, and it didn't make it, and that was only 90 miles, and it ran out.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to get that far. I've had 9 Harleys. I love Harleys. I will not take the Harley electric bike. It's a piece of crap for triple the price. No.
Yeah. If I was gonna buy a new big road hog, I'd buy an Indian.
If you guys go back and look, I had road glides, street glides, all the above, Fat Boys, Deuces, whatever.
No, I like
I've
that
had
new
'em.
Indian. I like that new Indian motor. So. It'd be funny as hell watching Tommy on a small bike. It'd be like watching a monkey frickin' a football. But it'd be the same for me too. I mean, just our elbows would be out like this, our knees would be up on our chin.
Yeah, but Reed, I'm not up there. I'm interested, but I really want that fat tire bike. I mean, I've wanted that TW 200 for years. The only thing I've wanted more is the TW 250 that they make in the European market, but there's some available here. If I could find one that's up for
Hey,
sale.
Deej. I understand completely, Deej. We're probably not going to be on much longer, but we'll hear a little bit.
Deej, you act like we're getting old or something. Like you could, like we doze off.
Keep my old Honda off road. Don't want to get stranded. Yep. Old Hondas, great
Exactly.
off-road bikes.
Well, look at the new CRF 300, man. They got that brand new 300. It's awesome. It's a little pricey. It's like $6,500. But it's reliable as hell.
I remember one of the last bikes I bought, and this was years back. I walked
The
into a
Yamaha's
local
only
Honda shop.
47. The TW bill is only $4,700, brand new.
But I walked into the local Honda shop back there in Grass Valley, and I looked over and they had a red Honda 305 Scrambler sitting there.
Right.
And I asked the guy, I said, "Where'd you find that?" He goes, "Guy traded it in." I go, "What do you want for it?" He goes, $65. So I gave the money and I rode it home. Had that thing for
Wow.
years, hill climbing and all kinds of stuff.
What was that, 1910 for $65?
No, about 1950. It was back in the mid 70s. And I had that bike for about 15 years rode the crap out of it for $65.
Well, it's funny if you look up their new Honda 300, it's red. Only comes in red.
It comes in red.
Which I don't like, but
yeah, that's what that Scrambler was, red.
Yep. I don't like Honda red. I love Honda, but I don't like Honda red. That's why I like Yamaha.
First bike I ever had was a Honda 305 Dream. Had the pressed steel front forks, a little springer at the bottom.
I agree. Rocky Mountain Honda and Yamaha are the only two to have. I rode Yamahas in England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Germany, France, Spain.
Kawasaki puts out some good dirt bikes, or they used to.
How are you doing your mail? I don't have any mail. I can have stuff sent to Jeff's house. If I know where I'm going to be, I can do general delivery to the next post office box I'm going to be at. I am going back to Florida. So you could send something to Cynthia or Jeff's address or Charlie, and I would get it. Everything I have, I'm on paperless, so I don't need a mailbox. I moved everything to the P.O. box, And I asked the lady at the post office, I said, what happens when my 6 months is up? She says, well, all your mail just gets returned to sender if there's no forwarding address. I went, perfect. You don't have to get mail.
Get the beef out.
If there's no mail, you can't be served either.
That's true.
And it's not illegal.
Nope. Nothing says you have to have mail.
That's right. No, I agree with you, Rocky Mountain, 100%. Honda and Yamaha, Honda, Yamaha, have always been better than the skis. Suzuki, Kawasaki. Yeah, I don't do the skis.
I like the Kawasaki dirt bikes. The Suzuki's made some good street bikes back in the 60s and 70s. After that, they went to hell. But,
what's up, Randy?
I had an old Kawasaki 650. It looked like a 650 Triumph.
Right.
The W650. Those were pretty neat.
Like I said, I'm looking at the TW200. If you guys look at that, that is the fattest tired bike I've ever seen. The back tire is like literally the size of side-by-side and ATV tires. You can literally use them, they said. I've watched so many reviews. It's just, without changing the sprocket, their top miles per hour of 50-something. Now, I'm not going to be doing like stupid hill climbs anymore at my age, so I could probably bump up the sprockets to 65 or 70, but it would kill my low end.
Yeah.
Which may not be a bad thing. I have to get with Yamaha and talk to them about it. Because if I can get a TW to do what the XT will do, otherwise I'm going to end up with an XT and trying to put fat tires on it. That or just for another $500 going with the Honda. So the TW200 is like $4,600, $4,700. The XT250 is like $62, and I think the Honda was $67. They're all about $500 up.
Oh yeah, Rocky Mountain. Rode a few of those.
I agree, Reed.
They had a 350 triple, a 500, and the 750. They always overheated this. Hi, Randy. They always overheated the middle cylinder.
Okay, Reed. Here's something that you need to know about the TW is a 31-inch seat height stock. The XT250 is a 31.8. So it's like 0.8 of 1 inch difference. And the Honda 300 is a 31 inch. So they're perfect. Because that's the shortest seat height of any enduro. I think the Grom is even 31 inches. The little mini bikes are 31 inches. And so somebody like me with a 30-inch inseam, with my weight, I sit down, I flat foot it, no problem. The XT250 right now is not the one I want, but it has the lead in my mind. Because for $400 or $500, difference of 50-something mile an hour versus 75 mile an hour, and just getting the fatter tire kit for it. All right, Juicy Juice. Go get that Equinox 1000. What? The hell are you talking about, Jay? What's the Equinox 1000? What's he talking about, everybody?
I don't know about 1000. I heard they're coming out with a newer machine, but I don't know what it's actually called.
Rocky Mountain talked about the TW200. They have not changed that bike since 1987. They changed the disc from drum to disc on the front wheel. They took the kickstart off. Like, that's it. That's like the only thing other than cosmetic. You know, they changed the tank or a fender or the shape of the speedometer. That's it. 33 years, 34 years, they've not changed the bike. See, it's the only bike that's ran that long in the world of any brand, period. It's the same exact bike since 1987, still running, all the way down to the fact that it's still carbureted, still to this day.
Okay, so Gary says, yeah, Australian blogs, Equinox 1000. Okay. Huh. So check that out. You mean a clone of a 1970s Honda? Yeah.
Equinox 1000?
That's what they're saying. Like I said, I'd heard. I didn't know what they're called the 1000.
Hey, Bill, I'm on my phone. Bill, I'm on my phone. You can open a window. Google it. See what comes up. Oh, if you don't mind. I mean, if not, I'll wait till I get off.
Yeah. No problem. Come on.
Because I will put an Equinox 1000 on my new Yamaha. Ha ha! And go to the desert. How about that?
The only thing.
Ray says I did Mexican stuff today. Get out of here, Ray. How dare you do Mexican stuff? Oh, man. What am I missing here? Where's my glasses?
I don't know. Where is Sovereign?
They're on my laptop. No, you want 89,900. What? Bring it, brother. I'll be waiting. I will read. It's going to blow up the deuce out of the water. You know what? I really was looking at the deuce, but when they talked about the sonar going through your bone, how about no? Instead of Bluetooth, it's like a sonar. I'm not buying a deuce. And they don't have a specific gold mode. And everybody says, oh, it'll find gold rings. I get that. But I like doing gold nuggets. I like going out to Arizona and spending time panning.
The only thing I found so far, at least on American forums, is it's going to have a smart screen with, what did it say? Let's see. FE/CO numbers, but not saying much else.
What about the water? Now, Dennis just sent me a thing. I hope I don't disconnect. If I do, I'll be right back. I want to see what Dennis sent me.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't disconnect. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not finding much on an American talk yet. I do know they just put till the end of the year that Nocta Macro put the Simplex on sale. You buy it, you get the stock coil and the SP24 for free with it till the end of the year. Good night. Get to be about Good night, Frankie. I understand. I'm going to be shutting this down here in a few minutes. I'm getting tired. You're over the deuce already. Okay. Yeah, it's hell getting old, people.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you go. Can you hear me, Bill? Hang on.
Yeah. Okay. That was interesting. Yeah, I'm not. All right, here he comes back. Find
Bill,
out
can you hear
anything,
me?
Tommy?
Hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. And gone again. Oh. Will do. Anyways. Whoop. Okay, everybody. I think I'm going to shut this down. Call it a night. Thanks y'all for showing up. Thanks, Dennis, for being up here. Good night, Deej. Good night, Reed. Good night, Tony. Good night, Pugsy, Randy, Blackbeard J, Metal AF. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And see you during the week. See you next Tuesday. Everybody have a great night and a great week.